With characters, again, it depends on the initiating idea for the piece. Other times, your situation tells you what your characters ought to be, or your situation will tell you what characters will best illuminate and illustrate what it is you're trying to say. The hardest thing for me as a writer is coming up with things to say, things that a premise that I want, or a lesson, or not necessarily didactically, but I find lots of interesting situations, lots of interesting characters, but I don't necessarily know what it is I want to say with them. And sometimes those plays linger for months and years before I finally realize. I wrote a play 8 or 9 years ago about an actor on location for a film who brings a local girl back to his hotel room. Well, there were my characters. There was a sort of comparatively sophisticated man and a very unsophisticated small-town girl. And I thought, I can make something interesting happen here. But I didn't know what it was, and I sat on that idea for nearly 20 years before I had an epiphany one night rocking my baby daughter to sleep, and suddenly I realized that I could use these characters in this situation to say something about fatherhood. And that's how that play ended up coming into being. And it said all the things I wanted. It addressed all of the reasons that I found the setting and the characters compelling 20 years earlier. But 20 years earlier, I didn't have the story. I didn't have the... I didn't know what it was I was going to use them to illustrate.